This is part of history of Igbos, the Biafrans. Did you know? The Nigerian Igbos are known as the Jews of Africa. Former Secretary of State Henry Kissinger refers to Igbos as the wandering Jews of Africa, gifted, aggressive, westernized, at best coveted and disliked, but primarily detested by their neighbors in the Federation. In a note to President Nelson dated Tuesday, January 28, 1969, Foreign Relations Documents, Volume A5, Documents of Africa, 1969 to 1972. Pay attention and hear in full detail what Kissinger have to say. The description of Kissinger accurately captures the experience of the Christian Igbos in Nigeria. In Nigeria, the Igbo have endured so many atrocities over the years that they have lost count. The majority of acts of violence against Igbo has been sanctioned by the states. One may argue that Igbo, we are the first people in the world to learn how to spell state-sponsored terrorism. In response to the state-sponsored terrorism perpetrated against Igbo in 1966, the Igbo declared the Republic of Biafra in 1967. Sparking a civil war, Igbo lost about 3 million people in their civil war, mostly from famine. Therefore, if one refers to Igbo as the Tutsis of Nigeria, they are not mistaken. Igbo and other Christians are still being killed in northern Nigeria by an Islamic terrorist group led by the infamous Boko Haram. The Igbo have always viewed themselves as a barrier to the expansion of Islam in southern Nigeria, making them a frequent target of extremists of their religion. Igbo, however, are one of the most numerous and diverse African ethnic groupings. They number over 70 million people worldwide, with about 50 million of them living in southeastern Nigeria. They make up 20% of the total population of Nigeria, with sizable Igbo populations also present in Cameroon, Equatorial Guinea, Gabon, and the Ivory Coast, Imo, Anambra, Ebonyi, Enugu, and Abia are the 5 states in Nigeria where Igbo are the majority. They also make up over 25% of the populations of the 7 other states of Rivers, Benue, Akwa Ibom, Cross River, Bayelsa, Edo, as well as Delta states. Igbo slaves were regarded to be the most disobedient during the slave trade. Igbo slaves presided over the majority of the slaves uprising in the United States, in Haiti, Jamaica, Belize, Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, and Guyana. Igbo slaves in South Carolina reportedly drowned themselves rather than be returned as slaves. To honor the slaves who perished there, the location is now known as Igbo Island. Gulas are Igbo people. One of the 13 African ethnic groups that supplied the majority of the slaves transported to the Americas was Igbo. Igbo people made up of the majority of slaves who were transported to Virginia, Alabama, Tennessee, Maryland, Arkansas, Mississippi, South and North Carolina, as well as Georgia. Virginia has created an Igbo museum to recognize the contribution of Igbo slaves to the states, and that is United States. Edward Royer, an Igbo slave who was transferred to Liberia by the American Colonization Society, was elected as the country's 4th president. The renowned slave chronicles were written by Olaudah Equiano, another Igbo slave. Stay tuned as we bring you the second episode of Igbo history, that is Biafrans. and recall that we are the ones who created most of this world in style. See you on our next episode.